September 3rd. First item is to accept the minutes from our June 24th meeting. Entertain a motion. Moved by Patrick. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Mudaviran. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Minutes stand adopted. Next item is the acceptance of the minutes from the July 1st meeting. Entertain a motion to approve. Moved by Patrick, seconded by Mr. Farley. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Minutes stand adopted. Next item is Resolution 2024-02 to amend the bylaws to add the position of contract officer to serve as officers. Would entertain a motion. Moved by Ms. Porterfield. Have a second. Second by Mr. Mudaviran. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Amendment stands adopted. Next item, Resolution 2024-03 to amend the bylaws to add an section requiring an annual meeting to conform to state requirements. Entertain a motion. Moved by Mr. Mancini. Well, Mr. Farley, he was seconded by Mr. Farley. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution stands adopted. I assume everybody has reviewed the auditor's report. Would entertain a motion to accept the auditor's report. Moved by Ms. Patrick. Seconded by Mr. Mudaviran. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution stands adopted. Next item is to accept the financial statements. Moved by Mr. Williams. Seconded by Mr. Mudaviran. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any other business to come before the agency? Now I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Williams. Seconded by Mr. Farley. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion to adjourn is adopted. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to call the City Caucus meeting to order for Monday, September 9th, 2024. We have one public hearing this evening. If the clerk could please read.
Public hearing number 1, collecting feedback from city residents on our CDBG CV funding to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus projects.
Thank you. We have 12 items for original consideration. If the clerk would please read item number 1.
Item number 1 for original consideration, a resolution calling for a public hearing for the 2025 proposed operating budget and capital budget for the city of Schenectady.
Discussed in committee with objection on consent. Item number 2.
Item number 2 for original consideration, a resolution calling for a public hearing for ceremonial renaming of a portion of Barrett Street from Huron Street to the intersection of South Avenue to Marlene Hill Way.
Discussed in committee with objection on consent. Item number 3.
Item number 3 for original consideration, a resolution amending Resolution 2023-005 to revise the tax parcel identification number of 1156 Hildebrandt Avenue.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 4.
Item number 4 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of a vacant lot on Albany Street, SBL number 49.67-3-1.11 for $4,000.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 5.
Item number 5 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the transfer of a vacant lot on Francis Avenue, SBL number 49.47-5-1.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 6.
Item number 6 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of a vacant lot at 844 Davis Terrace for $3,000.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 7.
Item number 7 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 1736 Avenue B for $130,000.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 8.
Item number 8 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the settlement of a claim by Jackie Cardenas, 2024-055.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 9.
Item number 9 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing settlement of a claim by Susan Stevens, 2024-031.
Discussed in committee without objection and on consent. Item number 10.
Item number 10 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the settlement of a claim by Travelers Insurance, ASO Nathan Ryder.
Discussed in committee without objection on consent. Item number 11.
Item number 11 for original consideration, a resolution recognizing Dr. Steady Mono, President of SUNY SCCC.
This item will be taken out of order. I will be presenting this. Item number 12.
Item number 12 for original consideration, a resolution honoring Robert Dobbs for his outstanding contributions to the Schenectady community.
This item must also be taken out of order and presented by Councilmember Farley. If there's nothing more to come before the City Caucus, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Mudavaren, second by Ms. Patrick. All those in favor? We are adjourned. I'd like to call the City Council meeting to order for Monday, September 9th, 2024. And I'd like to call on Reverend William Lynn Hamilton of Friendship Baptist Church for the prayer invocation.
Gracious God, our loving Father, we ask your blessing upon those who have gathered in this evening. We thank you, God, for the privilege of serving the city of Schenectady. We ask that you would give them the wisdom, the guidance, and the discernment that they do on behalf of the citizens of Schenectady. Let them not grow weary in their well-doing. We pray for our mayor, for our council members, and those who serve in the various capacities. We ask that you continue to bless them. May your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. These blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
I'd like to call on Heather Peterson to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. If the clerk could please complete the roll call.
Mr. Toro? Mr. Farley? Mr. Mancini? Mr. Mutavaren? Ms. Patrick? Mr. Williams? Ms. Porterfield?
Here. Item number 11A, a resolution recognizing Dr. Steady Muno, and I will be presenting this, and I'd ask Mr. Mutavaren to please take the rostrum. Mr. Mutavaren?
Madam President, you have the floor.
Thank you. A resolution recognizing Dr. Steady Mono for his leadership at SUNY Schenectady County Community College. Whereas the landscape of higher education in the United States is undergoing significant challenges, with many institutions experiencing declines in enrollment and in some cases closures. And whereas despite these national trends, SUNY Schenectady County Community College has not only maintained but increased its enrollment, demonstrating resilience and adaptability in a changing educational environment. And whereas this growth can be attributed to the innovative practices and policies implemented under the visionary leadership of Dr. Steady Mono, President of SUNY Schenectady, who has prioritized access to post-secondary education for all students, particularly those from underserved communities. And whereas this growth can be attributed to the and whereas SUNY Schenectady has expanded its program offerings, enhanced student support services, and strengthened partnerships with local businesses and organizations, thereby increasing opportunities for students to succeed academically and professionally. And whereas the college's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion has further positioned it as a leader in higher education, making significant contributions to the social and economic fabric of the Schenectady community and beyond. And whereas in February 2024, Achieving the Dream, ADT, a national nonprofit dedicated to advancing community colleges as hubs of equity and economic mobility in their communities, named SUNY Schenectady as one of only 10 community colleges from across the country that have been designated as leader colleges. And whereas SUNY Schenectady serves as a model for other institutions in the State University of New York, SUNY system, and across the nation by demonstrating that growth and innovation are possible even in challenging times. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Schenectady City Council and Mayor Gary R. McCarthy do hereby pause in their deliberations to recognize and commend SUNY Schenectady County Community College under the leadership of Dr. Steady Mono for its exemplary commitment to providing accessible, high-quality education and for its contributions to the vitality and growth of the Schenectady community. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Dr. Steady Mono, President of SUNY Schenectady, as a token of appreciation from the City of Schenectady in recognition of the college's achievements. I'd like to move the resolution.
Move. May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations. It passed.
Well, thank you. My chief of staff, she's in trouble, but thank you so much. And really, this is owed to just amazing folks who work at the college, the board of trustees, the city council, the county legislatures, president's council, the faculty, and many people who labor in these vineyards. So we are just privileged. God has given us this honor to serve our community, and I'm just a small part of that, and thankful. I'll tell you, my wife, Carrie, will tell you that we love what we do, and every day I'm thankful. I wake up thanking God for the opportunity to serve the community. And this is not for Steady Mono, it's for all my colleagues who labor in these vineyards. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Midvarin. Item number 12A, resolution honoring Robert Dobbs for his outstanding contributions to the City of Schenectady. And I'd like to call on Councilmember Farley to present this resolution.
Madam President, may I have the floor?
You have the floor, sir.
Okay. All right. And anyone else that can come up? Okay, all right. Whereas the City of Schenectady takes great pride in recognizing and honoring individuals who dedicate their time, energy, and resources to the betterment of our community. And whereas Robert Dobbs has exemplified extraordinary commitment to community service by organizing and hosting numerous events that are free of cost and accessible to all community members. And whereas Mr. Dobbs has consistently fostered community building and fellowship through a variety of events, including sports activities, kickball tournaments, water gun fights, which have brought joy and unity to our residents. And whereas Mr. Dobbs has also addressed direct community needs, organizing essential events such as back-to-school events, providing students with necessary skills, supplies they need, and hosting community meals to ensure no one in the city goes hungry. Whereas these events not only provide immediate benefit, but also create lasting bonds within our community, helping to build a stronger, more connected Schenectady. And whereas the dedication and selflessness and leadership demonstrated by Mr. Dobbs have made a significant and positive impact on the lives of countless individuals and families in the city of Schenectady. Now, therefore, be resolved that City Council of Schenectady and Mayor Gary R. McCarthy do hereby pause in their deliberations to recognize and honor Robert Dobbs for his exceptional contributions to our community and extend their deepest gratitude for his ongoing commitment to serving others. I'd like to move this.
I need a second, please. Second by Mr. Midvarin. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a long 5 years. The first time I came here, the maker proposal was 5 years ago, and ever since then, we've been putting in a lot of work in the community, at the park, getting it rebuilt, and we have it for a long time, so a lot more coming, and I appreciate you guys for this. It means a lot. It's about time, actually, but I'm only kidding. No, I'm only kidding, but thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
Thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you.
We have one public hearing this evening. Just a reminder that the public hearing, the comment period is extended to 4 minutes. However, I don't have anyone signed up, so I declare public hearing number 1 regarding collecting feedback from city residents for our CDBG-CV funding to prepare for and respond to coronavirus projects closed. I'd ask for approval of the minutes for August 26th, 2024. Moved by Mr. Mudavera, second by Ms. Patrick. All in favor? Aye. If the clerk could please read any communications and petitions.
Communications presented to the City Council for Monday, September 9, 2024. Under official, there were none. Under general, an email from Peter Pinder citing the lack of oversight regarding the residency requirements and appropriate checks for the mayor. Then there was a letter from LifeSpring Ministries, Emmanuel Incorporated, received on September 5th, 2024, requesting tax exemption for property located at 870 Albany Street. Under petitions, at the last meeting, a list of 688 signatures, of which 550 were directly from the city of Schenectady for the ceremonial street naming of Marlene Hill Way.
Thank you. Call on council member to provide any committee reports. This time we'll have privilege of the floor related to the legislative agenda. And again, I have no one signed up to speak, so I declare the public comment on the legislative agenda closed. I'd ask for approval of the legislative consent agenda. Moved by Mr. Mudavera and second by Mr. Farley. All those in favor? Aye. This time we'll have privilege of the floor regarding general city business. I have 3 people that are signed up to speak. Just a reminder, if you haven't been here before to speak, that you do have 3 minutes. The first person is Rod Huber.
Hello, everybody. I haven't been here in about 3 months, and I was here in regards to the paving, this and that, and the only one that thought to help me was this young man. And what they did do then is patched in front of my house. I don't want my street done, but like, I'm concerned about all of Woodlawn, you know? So, you know, I see that they started it, but we got to get going with more stuff. It's too much, you know, we can't sit here and discuss things and not have anything resolved, you know? It takes time and money, I know that, but got to get with it. But hopefully we're on the right thing here. But I'm grateful. I just, you know, I'm just an ordinary taxpayer, and our taxes that we pay your salaries. So maybe everyone can take a task on and help the city better than we're doing. Yes, we sit here 2 Mondays a month, and really more should be done. I'm a retiree from the city, and I know what goes on and stuff, but I hope things are going in the right direction. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much, huh?
Thank you. Reverend Jim Konecki.
Madam President, City Council members, as you may recall, when ARPA funding became available, we had petitioned for a pretty small share of that funding to create a basketball court park in a piece of land that is bordered by Pearl Street, Main, and Wing. I'm not necessarily here to talk about that per se, but really to talk about the fact that the motivation behind that request came from the people in our community. It wasn't Pastor Jim coming up with something out of his robes, but it was really came from discussions that I had with the young people in our neighborhood. And it was also a concern for their safety as well, because as I've mentioned a few times, Pearl Street is a place where cars whip. They go through very quickly. And you know, a misbounced ball and somebody running after it without kind of thinking, and then tragedy occurs. So, you know, we want, my main concern is the safety of the youth of our community, and an opportunity for those youth to be able to do those things that the ARPA funds were created for, to provide place of recreation, physical activity, and health. So with that, I brought along with me a young man, Dednut Singh, who lives in the neighborhood. Dednut, he's going to have all your jobs one day. He is the sharpest young man I have ever met, and that includes myself. I'm not young anymore, but he's super sharp, super intelligent, and a beautiful representative of his community. So I'd like you to please listen to him this evening, and I promise I did not give him words. So thank you.
Thank you. Dednut Singh.
Good night, city councils and Madam Presidents. My name is Dednut Singh, and today I came here to talk about my neighborhood. And we have a green space around our neighborhood, and I was wondering if we could invest to get the green space all around, because we want a basketball court or a playground over there. And I have signatures from people around the neighborhood, even our little youths, from all around the whole neighborhood, even the other street, people wanted it. So I have a signature here to give y'all, so if y'all want it, y'all can have it. It's a big day for me.
You're doing a great job. Is there more you'd like to tell us?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming, and thank you for bringing the signatures.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have no one else signed up to speak, so I declare the public comment of city business closed. This time, any miscellaneous business of the council? Ms. Patrick.
Thank you, Madam President. Just have a few announcements here. I wanted to announce that there's going to be an art night, Schenectady, the return of art night, I should say, on September 20th from 5 to 8:30, and that's going to be over all around downtown, several different locations celebrating some wonderful artists that we have here in Schenectady, so I hope folks will get out for that. I also wanted to bring to attention, I think all of us probably received this, but the New York State Public Service Commission is having public hearings around the state between September 17th and 25th. The closest one for us is indeed September 17th at 6 p.m. at the Albany Public Library on Washington Avenue in Albany. And that public hearing is in relation to the fact that National Grid is going to be raising its rates somewhat significantly. So I wanted to bring that to people's attention and also ask them to maybe Google and find out more about what's going to be happening effective April 1st, 2025. And then finally, our Schenectady Fire Department has sent out a couple of flyers, and we probably could get some of these posted. Well, they actually are posted on social media. One is about 911 and when to call 911. And I'm just going to quickly go through that, which is when you smell smoke or see a fire, when you witness or are the victim of a crime, when you witness or are involved in a serious accident, when there's an emergency illness or a suspected poisoning, when a child, senior citizen, or handicapped person is lost, confused, frightened, or needs special assistance. Those are potentially dangerous situations, and the fire department would really like you to call 911 in those situations. And then my last thing is just that we all know that there's more and more e-bikes and e-scooters out on the street, and we really, there's some safety precautions regarding especially the batteries that are part of those vehicles. So really want folks that have these kinds of vehicles to understand the safety regulations around the lithium batteries, to make sure that if they're charging the battery, that they're charging the battery with the appropriate charger that came with the battery. If they have to replace the battery, that they're replacing it with the same kind of battery. There's all sorts of things that are part of the manufacturer's guidelines. So I just would really ask folks to pay attention to all of those, depending on which vehicle you have, because more and more we're hearing about various fires that are being caused by these vehicles if the safety precautions are not being adhered to. And that's it.
Mr. Farley?
Thank you, Madam President. First of all, I want to say thank you for everyone that came out to speak tonight, especially Young Treat. When you see young people come to talk to us, it helps us kind of remind us of our why are we doing things that we're doing. So I really greatly appreciate that. My thing I kind of want to just talk about really fast is just, I know people have heard one way or another, seen the news, and just know that our community is in deep mourning right now for the loss of lives of 4 young people and other people in different accidents and things have just been happening. So I just want to remind everyone that this is a time for us to reflect, to be kind to one another, to be patient to one another, and extend each other the grace that is needed, because these things happen and the ripple effects go deep and spread reach far beyond what we sometimes think about, from not just the families and friends, but even to the first responders who have to respond to these things and then have the daunting task of notifying families that people have passed away. So that was just particularly salient in my mind today. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, to just remind that people are in mourning and just to be extra kind and mindful in our day-to-day activities. That's it.
Thank you. Mr. Mutaveran?
Thank you. I would just like to express on behalf of the Schenectady Caribbean Day Committee, to express our thanks to the mayor and his staff, and also the police department, the fire department, the sheriff department, and the auxiliary department for the tremendous support they have placed in us to make sure that we have a wonderful and grand, successful event last Saturday in Central Park, Music Haven. Once again, it's incident-free, so the committee is so proud of what happened there and all the attendance, despite the rain. There were thousands of people there in attendance. And also a special shout out to our park director, Bill Maseka, and his staff for working throughout the day into the evening to support us and to make sure that we have everything available to us to make sure that the event was successful. So once again, to Bill Maseka and his entire park staff, and beyond that, I think staff from other departments, thank you, and thank you to everyone to help us to make that event a grand success 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I'd like to thank everyone that came out tonight to speak and to, make your voices heard. And I have to say that this weekend there was a lot going on. So, the Italian Fest, the Greek Fest, the Caribbean Day, and rain didn't stop any of it. I was amazed to see the umbrellas come out. Like, the rain started, people were like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just gonna put my umbrella up. And I just have to also add to what Mr. Mudaviran said about the staff and just the outstanding job that they did, and everything went really well. At all events, I made a couple of them, got to dance at one too, so it was great. In terms of upcoming events, I just wanted to note that to save the date for October 12th, 2024, where there'll be a tennis and pickleball fundraiser to support the Schenectady Schenectady Firefighters Cancer Foundation. And that'll be held in Central Park. Mr. Farley did speak to the fact that there was a tragic accident which claimed 4 very young lives. And so you may know this or may not know this, one of those young people actually was a city employee. So our condolences to all of them, and his father actually still works here. So, you know, the city has been impacted by the loss of this young man as well. So just asking to keep those families in your thoughts and give them your condolences. And if you see them or you know, if you attend any of the services, there's still one other service to be held. So, and my personal condolences to the family. It was a very tragic accident that happened over last weekend. So at this time, I would just ask for a motion to adjourn. All right, moved by Mr. Mudaviran, second by Mr. Farley. All those in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Have a good evening.